This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
And just ask basically, what changed? What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen since the start of the pandemic?
Well, the most obvious change is the fact that we have our offices closed to the public. So, and most of our programs are being provided remotely if at all possible. So that's been a huge change with the start of the pandemic with how we service our customers and clients that are in need in our area.
Are people still getting the resources they need? Do they have the same access as before?
Yes, I'm pretty proud to say that for our agency, we've been really adaptable with making sure that we can still serve our clients in a lot of different creative ways that we've come up with. So even though I want to reiterate that our NEMSCA offices are, of course, closed to the public, that does not mean that our agency is closed. So we are still assisting customers virtually as much as possible and connecting with them either through phone or online referrals, or through digital communications of other means as well.
For some of those people who need the more pressing resources, from like housing to food to basically those life-sustaining resources, how are those things being provided with minimal interaction?
Well, I'll give you an example. Like, for example, our food commodities program. We have a couple different programs that we provide in our area, and one of them is our monthly food distribution for our senior citizens in our core county area. And what we've done to change that is that we're still providing the food distributions to people in each county, but we've changed how we distribute the food. So in the past, it required people to walk in, usually to a senior centers where we partner and deliver the food. We'd have them walk in and we'd give them the box of food and they'd be on their way. And we've changed it to a drive-through type of system where we are outside. They do not leave the vehicle. We have them pop their trunks so that we can put it in the back of the trunk so that we're not getting within the 6 feet, and just changing things to make it as safe as we can for both the recipients of the program and our staff and volunteers that work with the food distribution program. So that's just one example of some of the changes that we've made.
Do you think you've seen a spike in the amount of people who need those resources now that people are laid off and out of jobs?
I would say yes. It seems, especially for the food situation, maybe for housing, for things like that, there's still that need, and it's probably been enhanced, of course. But on the flip side, on the positive aspect, it does seem to be that our community has been able to provide a lot of different resources for people that are in need too. So that's been really nice to see different partner agencies that are coming together to make sure that we can provide those essential needs to people in our communities.
Mm-hmm. And how is NEMSCA bringing in the funds and the resources they need to continue to take care of the community? Is it through grants, donations? How is that staying afloat right now?
Well, our agency is federally funded, state funded, and we've also received some local and in-kind services. So it's allowed us to be able to access some of the resources that we need to assist with that. And we're hoping that, so we've done, you might be familiar that we did a couple different fundraising efforts in the last few weeks that we've been really fortunate for. So hopefully when those funds come in, and we've had certain businesses that have donated some extra funds to us as well, so that we can provide, some additional assistance on top of what we normally do because of the times that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine that one thing that probably would have spiked, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is the need for like bill pay, heating, things like that. Have you seen a spike in those things, and how is that kind of being handled at this point in time?
Well, as of currently, today, our program for like heat and utility assistance has not changed since prior to the pandemic. So that, as of right now, from my understanding, has stayed the same. Where most people would be connecting with DHS first, with MDHHS first, and then see what resources they have available, and then at that point connect with us. So I'm not 100% sure on what our funding situation is for that, but I would assume that yes, that I would say that the increase or the demand for assistance in those particular programs is, you're probably correct, is probably increased.
Now, moving more toward the direction of personnel at NMSCA, how are employees maintaining their health right now? And are employees still working? Are they furloughed, or is everybody pretty much just working from home?
We have as many people as possible that can potentially do their work remotely, doing it remotely, which is a majority of our staff. We have a couple people that are still going in as essential workers, but they're being very smart with, distancing themselves and only working sporadically. So maybe there's like somebody comes in for a 4-hour shift, and then when they leave, maybe the next person comes in, so that way they're not working in close proximity. But that's just an extreme situation. I would say a majority of our staff have done what most people have done, where they've went to a work from home environment, just doing the best that they can.
Mm-hmm. And what would you tell community members right now who may need resources and are looking for kind of a helping hand during a rough time? How can they reach out?
I would say 100% first off, don't hesitate to try to connect with any support agency out there that might be able to assist. We're all in this together as a community, and we have so many people that are in need right now. It's an unprecedented time. So I would 100% encourage anybody to start off by connecting and hitting our website up at nemsca.org and going to the particular county that you live in, because we have a clickable map on our landing page. So let's say you live in Alcona County, you can click on the Alcona County map, and then on there it will give you a list of the NMSCA resources and programs that are available to you potentially as an Alcona County resident. And then from there we also have a link that goes out to 211 so that it can connect you with other resources that might be available that are not necessarily NMSCA resources. So I would start with that for sure.
And is there anything else that you would like to add or that community members should know about during this time?
Just that we're still up and running, and we're providing programs, just like many of our partner agencies are in the communities, and that we're here to help as much as we can. And if somebody else that might potentially not be in need but wants to help out those people that are in need, we're always available to accept donations on our website as well. And those funds can be used to help people that are in your community with food or with housing or different things like that as well.
The most interesting question people would like to know about at this point in time is regarding adoptions. Are adoptions still allowed at Huron Humane Society right now?
Yes, they are. Animal shelters are considered an essential service, so we are able to still function. So we are doing adoptions by appointment only. So if people, they can watch our website, our Facebook page. We're posting constantly as animals are coming in and about the animals that we have in shelter. So if someone sees an animal that they like or would like more information about, they can contact us. We can do videotapes. We can tell you as much as we can about the animal. We're trying to do as much paperwork, send you the applications, any paperwork that you can do off-site, and we'll get it from you when you come in. We're trying to shorten up the amount of time people are in the shelter and the amount of human contact that we have with the outside.
What about the rate of adoption? Do you see a spike in that now that people are in the house? Are they reaching out to get pets to keep them and their families company?
I do have to say in the last week or so, because it is kitten season, so a lot of kittens are starting to come in. And as we post the kittens, it piques people's interest, and we're getting a lot of calls about the kittens and a lot of adoptions on the kittens, as well as some of the moms that have come in, some of the nursing moms have been pre-adopted. So when they're done nursing and ready to leave their kittens, they have homes already. We do a lot of pre-adopting. So if someone sees an animal, whether it's a kitten or a nursing mom, and they want to pre-adopt that animal, and it's too young to go home or not ready to go home, they can still pre-adopt it, and then when the animal is ready, it is theirs.
Mm-hmm. I know, too, when I was coming in frequently, a lot of the dogs and puppies that would come in were coming from Genesee County. Is that still kind of the case now, or are some of the animals still being transported from other areas now that we have to minimize contact between people?
We haven't taken in any animals since the COVID-19 has really ramped up in Alpena County from any other county for probably about a month and a half, 2 months now. So any animals that are coming into, any dogs that are coming into the shelter currently are coming locally. And I do have to say that whenever we get dogs in, we adopt dogs out really fast. So sometimes it seems like we don't have dogs, but like we had one come in yesterday, and it came in yesterday, and within an hour it was back out the door. So we just move dogs quickly. And we have a waiting list. So when a dog comes in, we have a wish list, I should say, of people looking for specific dogs, whether it's size-wise or age, temperament, whatever. And then we can go through our wish list and match people to a dog that came in and call them. And yesterday it was a perfect match. The lady had been waiting since January for a dog type that came in yesterday, and she was thrilled to come and get him. So.
Oh, that makes me want to adopt a dog.
And we will allow that.
I really do want to adopt one, maybe one day in the future. What about, I know we kind of touched on this a little bit as far as hours. So I assume people can't freely come in and out now. It has to be by appointment that people are viewing and picking up pets, correct?
That is correct. So it's by appointment. Even we had a batch of young kittens that came in yesterday, and we put them in fosters. Even when we do the fosters, when the kittens are too young and they need more help than what staff can give them at that time, we put them in foster. And the foster families even have to make appointments to come and get them, and we gather everything they need and give them instructions. But everyone needs an appointment to enter the building. No one can freely come into the building, and that is to protect our employees as well as the public.
Well, that kind of leads me to my next question, and that is, how is staff maintaining their health physically and mentally right now? We always do a good job at cleaning and disinfecting surfaces, always, but we have kind of ramped that up. So if someone's standing at the counter and they've just pre-adopted an animal or adopted an animal, then when they leave, we disinfect the counter and pens and anything they would have touched. All of our staff wears masks, gloves. We follow all of the protocol to keep staff safe that's been implemented by the state and the local health department. Now, regarding pet care, I know a lot of like veterinary clinics and things like that, and all non-essential businesses the vets aren't coming in, even doctors at the hospital aren't coming in as frequently. Has that presented any challenges as far as maintaining the health of the pets there?
No, because I do have to say that the local vets, we did have a mom and her 4 kittens to the vet yesterday, because we actually have a cat that has a condition known as swimmer's leg, so he can't stand up. And this is a young kitten, so we have hobbled his legs. The vet did for us yesterday, and we will work him so that eventually, hopefully, he can stand up. But the vets are really good when we have special cases and we need help. Usually we do drop-off, so we'll call and tell them that we have a special case. We drop them off. They will call us when after they have seen them, and then they will call us, and we will go get them. They will call us with what we need to do. So a lot of it's done by phone, and it's the handoff of the animal to the vet. We don't go in the clinic. They come out and get the vet. So it's all done in a safe manner, but no, they are still there to help us.
Perfect. And if people do want to make an appointment or view a pet, how should they reach out?
They can, first they can visit our website, HuronHumaneSocietyInc.org, to view the pets, or our Facebook page, Huron Humane Society of Alpena. But they can also call 356-672-5255. 64794, and staff will give them any information that they need and send out any forms that they need. They can also send us a message through our Facebook page. We get a lot of messages through there, and it's kind of an instant way to get an answer because people monitor that quite frequently.
All right. And is there anything else that you would like to add or that community members should know about?
Well, just that we're busy. The kittens are coming in, so it's keeping us busy and on our toes. I do have to say that May 7th through May 9th through the 17th, we will be having a Bissell event, and that will be like the last Bissell event that we had. It will be by appointment only, and Bissell is running it for the entire week. That gives people a chance to be able to get into the shelter and see animals, since it is by appointment only. And the adoption on those days will be $25 an animal.
What is Bissell? I don't think I've heard of that before.
Bissell is a foundation. Of course, it's a Bissell Corporation, but they have a foundation where they help shelters. This is one of the ways that they do it, and they do this across the country. We have participated in probably 20-plus Bissell events, so when they have them, we participate because it's a really, really good way to help move animals, because the more animals we can move and put into good homes, the more animals we can take in. So Bissell is it's a great foundation, and people can go to our web page and our Facebook page and find out more about that event.
Perfect. All right. Anything else that you have?
I don't think so. We're just plugging away and taking care of animals and doing it as safely as we can.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.